Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in this week. This is going to be part one of our June garden tour. Color in the front. We're starting to get lots of color. Roses are blooming. This is the hot pink knockout rose. I'm sure a lot of you have this one. And then this light yellow, well, it starts out yellow and then it fades out to a really light white. This is also a knockout rose, and this one is very fragrant. It's probably the most fragrant rose that I have. I think it's my favorite. So whenever people come over or when we walk up the sidewalk here, we get a whiff of it. It's very nice. I got 8 bags of mulch. That's all I could get this week because I'm on a budget. But some fresh mulch has been laid here. The Pinky Winky, this was a hydrangea tree that I got last year. Not sure what happened to it, but it's coming back at the bottom. So, I don't know. I guess if any of you guys know, let me know. Do I need to just retrain it into a tree? But it gets those cone-shaped flowers that are like white and pink. Spirea, I'm sorry, I'm trying to not have my shadow in there. Spirea shrubs are blooming. Barberry, we also have barberries in the front. If you're new to my channel, I live in Louisville, Zone 6B. A little more formal here in the front. And then in the back is more cottage gardens. The silver in the front border here, which I need to get more, I'm having a hard time finding it this year, is the lamb's ear. And it is also blooming. I'm not too crazy about the blooms on the lamb's ear, but I really like the color of the foliage. I've seen tons of bees this week. They've been all over everything. Catmint. Nepeta. I think this one's called Walker's Low. But it's been giving me that blue color for at least a month now. Nepeta. Also in here is the coral bells, the burgundy. Autumn Joy Sedum. That's the Autumn Joy. And then later will be the blue Victoria Salvia with the orange marigolds. Now, when I first got these marigolds for the front here, I was so excited because they were red. They were Safari Red. Right here's the tag. Safari Red. But all of a sudden, now they're orange. So I was a little disappointed about that. I don't know if it has something to do with the soil or what I need to do. So if any of you master gardeners know anything, please let me know. I really wanted that red orange in the front, but oh well, it'll still look nice. Limelight hydrangeas, of course, along the front. I would like to trim these down. Sorry about that. They're getting really tall, almost taking over the windows, but I'm afraid if I trim them now, I won't get the blooms. I can't remember how that works on these. This is a rose, I forget the name of it, but I got it at Kroger. And it is also one of my favorites. It just blooms its heart out. Really pretty roses. I need to get it off the sidewalk, but it doesn't bother me. More catnip. This is another spirea, a different variety. It's not as bright as the other ones, which I prefer. But it's still nice. We got a weeping spruce back there. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's my shadow again, I'm sorry. Coral bells. Burgundy. And more knockouts. I apologize for the dogs. So yeah, starting to get lots of color here in the front. I'm trying to go slower and smoother with my phone so I'm not making you guys sick. Tithonia in the center here, which is Mexican sunflower. This heat is really starting to make everything grow. Around it is the ring of Russian sage. So orange in the middle, blue around it. Also in here we have blanket flower. Blanket flower, that's still doing good. I think this is a piece of that lacy something. I'll show you in the back. It's blooming. I started from seed. Here's more of it. This is a coreopsis, which will have yellow there. Autumn joycetum and aster. Purple aster. You may have noticed I've taken up the blocks. I kind of like the natural look of just, you know, I don't weed eat, so that's another reason. just mow right around it. Been working hard on reshaping some of the gardens like this one. Still have some weeding to do, never fails. And this garden is last year's blue Victoria Salvia. And for some reason, the ones that are over here, they come back for me. I don't know if they're protected with the tree or whatever or what, but yeah. Normally an annual in most areas, but sometimes they come back. Also, we haven't had a real harsh winter either. I don't even think it snowed one time this past winter. I will be getting the marigolds for this one, for this area too. A lot of the same. We have sedum in here as well. Autumn joy. I've laid plastic down, so next week I'll be getting mulch for this area. All the blooms fell off of this rose I was going to show you guys. But it was a really pretty red. Hopefully the wind isn't messing up this video. Annabelle hydrangeas are starting to bloom. If the wind would stop blowing them backwards. Let's see. Super excited about those. This is their third season here, and they just now have blooms on them. So it'll be a nice pop of white through there. In front will be the red lilies. And I plan on maybe putting some of those chartreuse hostas back in here. This is a potentilla shrub. And again, I'm repeating the, there's my shadow, the lamb's ear. This one's a different variety, big ears I think. I don't think this one blooms. And what I've been doing is just taking pieces of it, of the main plant, and getting some root on it or whatever, and just sticking it in the ground. And I'm hoping that will make new plants. This is a hydrangea. I forget the name of this one. I want to say Little Quickfire or something like that. And then our Weigela moved from the back. I'm gonna have to move a little faster. I don't want this to be a two-part, part one. Crepe myrtle filling out. This is a red crepe myrtle. This was already here when we moved. The only thing that was here was this. There was a couple boxwoods in the front, and of course the two 2 or 3 trees in the front, but everything else is what we've put in. David Austin. There was a beautiful cluster of blooms right here. Of course, when I finally decided to do the video, it's not blooming, but the other one is. Put some lantana in here, the yellow. Bobo hydrangea. This is rose moss, the coral color rose moss in my pig planter. And some sedum, the ground cover sedum. Russian sage. And these are those burgundy sunflowers. Only 2 made it, unfortunately. But I'm excited to see those. You guys know I like burgundy in the garden. This is a lantana. I like this color. Hopefully they'll get some height and growth on them, and will look nice with this hydrangea. Again, I forgot the name of this variety, but it is starting to bloom out nicely. And here is the David Austin roses. One of them. This one's a peach color. I don't know if you guys can see that. These were my grandma's. I moved here last year. Primrose. Clematis is done. I'll wait on my containers. I'm a little slow getting those together this year. Okay. This is just a glance at the Potager garden. As you can see, the heat and everything has really made things grow. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time. I'll do a separate video on the Potager garden update. So here they are, the black hollyhocks. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully it's in focus. Here are the black hollyhocks, and I'm so excited to see them bloom and grow. Very pretty. I think this variety is called Niagara hollyhocks, and that's about, at least 7 or 8 foot tall. Probably 7 something. I've got more in here. I also have the different color, the multicolor varieties too. Veronica Speedwell, I think it's also called. Nice purple color. Lily's about to bloom. In here I planted a pack of that big pack of I think it's called Encore or something like that. But anyway, those are zinnias coming up. End cap zinnias. Just want to show you guys the primrose back in here. It's kind of hidden. This is the pink primrose in its glory, and it'll bloom twice a year. So it'll bloom now, and then it'll bloom later again in the season. And I just love how it's coming through the fence. White speedwell. Why this one is all scattered and flat and not upright like the other one, I don't know. But this is the white. I don't know. It could have a little lavender in it. Maybe they cross-pollinated or something. Black-eyed Susans in here. Autumn Joy Sedum. There's also another rose back in there, a peach rose, and phlox. And of course sunflowers there at the end. I don't know why I put them there. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm not going to move them because they're growing. Lilies will be blooming about another week or two. This is the loosestrife setting bloom. It's invasive, so be careful where you put it, and it'll fill in fast. More of that lamb's ear I divided. So here is my cottage garden. A lot of these gardens in the back are cottage, which is my favorite. Sedum here. Of course, we got the lilies, phlox, black-eyed Susans. We have had irises that are already bloomed. Coneflower. That's a white coneflower right there. Not in bloom yet. But what I really want to show you guys is the spiderwort, which is one of my favorites. I talk about this every video, but I don't think you can beat that blue. Very pretty. I was at a friend's house yesterday, and they have a spiderwort, but their spiderwort is like this tall, which is nice. Mine's never got that tall yet. Tiger lilies. That's that blue flower that I got a couple weeks ago at the nursery, and the tag was taken out of it, so I forgot what it was. But it's a blue flower. Miscanthus Dixieland, I believe. That grass. We have phlox and another primrose. This is a yellow tall primrose. That's new this year. Hibiscus is looking good in the back. That one gives me those plate size burgundy blooms. Phlox. Did I say phlox? Yeah. My Baptista back there is not bloom. It didn't bloom this year, so I don't know what's going on with that. This is a little tea rose, a pink tea rose that was over there under those lilies. So I moved it here. got some sedum. Again, I don't remember the name of these. And then a variegated sedum. Spiderwort again. Very pretty color. This is another rose. I don't remember the name of it, but gorgeous pink color. Looks nice with the blue. We've got irises in there and gladius. Gladius coming up. Again, I apologize for the dogs. Lilies, and here is the mullein that we started from seed. So just a little mullein update. It has made it. So I'm excited to see that grow and hopefully bloom. New in here is the milkweed. Stuck in some green beans here. More of the loosestrife. Hibiscus. We're on the back side now of this garden bed. Isn't that grass pretty? Miscanthus. Lilies. This is a moonflower. Not moonflower, balloon flower. Blue. Black-eyed Susans and more spiderwort. It's a little dark over here. I know a lot of you are saying you don't have this in your garden, do you? But I do. I think this is called chameleon, and a lot of people don't like it because it's invasive. But I'm keeping an eye on it. I really like the variegation. It looks good with the blue. This is a holly tree that I would really like to have down so I can have more sun over here. But I like the bark. Blue bottle path. This is a rose of Sharon. It'll be blooming soon. I think that one's like a pink color. Black-eyed Susan. This is shade over here. So I'm not sure how my moonflower vine is going to do. But we shall see. It's a pretty strong vine. So I'm going to have it growing up this trellis. In here, I also planted my lupin seedlings. And then a volunteer sunflower there. Alright guys, I'm going to end this part 1 of our June garden tour here. I just have a few more seconds left on my phone. I want to thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, be kind, and I'll see you in the next one.